So I've been doing some research and I came across this old political stuff from way back when, 1970, which is like a million years ago. And in 1970, they predicted that by 2020, Prime Minister would be a conker. Wow. And there's a dark force controlling the people. It is believed that this dark force will originate within the citizenry, I can't even say it, citizenry itself, and will most likely manifest following a prolonged period of inactivity and applied pressure by tabloid newspapers. In conjunction with unscrupulous politicians and corporate magnates, together they will realise that their self-serving fabrications have an amplifying hypnotic effect on the populace, inducing a dreamlike hive mind state. The state, which some are already calling mob swarm, will have a numbing effect which renders individuals, and more importantly, mobs, impervious to facts, reasoning, and feelings of empathy. It also induces a semi-permanent rage which only switches itself off at night, during meal times, and to perform complex tasks, such as tying shoelaces. Furthermore, it is expected that the mob swarm will eventually be tapped and used as an alternative energy source once mankind accidentally breaks and or uses everything up. The government will fund and commission broadcasters and other outlets to create content that perpetuates negative feelings and emotions. Consumers will be plugged into hate collection units which convert and transport the raw negative down telephone lines into a central hate reservoir for processing, after which it will be sold back to the user in the form of energy for their appliances. Brilliant. So, anyway, all that being equal, I just thought to say, as it's Halloween, I'll talk to you a little bit about death. Right, being dead is very similar to being alive, but without a functioning physical body due to the disability. Due to this disability, deceased individuals are exempt from going to school or work, and they are not required to purchase a television license or wear a mask. So, it has advantages. Coffins do not have toilet facilities, so anybody who intends to die, it's suggested that you go to the toilet before that happens. Right, that was scary, wasn't it? Did you notice how dark it went? Don't know what that was about. That's that for the moment. So I just thought I'd finish off this drivel with a poem about plant-based. I think that's what you're supposed to do, plant-based. It's scary stuff, plant-based. You know what I mean? What I was talking about it recently. Burgers that bleed. Ooh, scary. Anyway, suddenly plant-based vegans abound to make corporations a pretty pound. So the people at the top decided to alter the shop. Plant-based foods galore. However, a few things more. Extra added ingredients. Not there for your convenience. Corn is vile, I have to say. 80% of its RNA needs removing to make it edible. A fact I find totally incredible. Fakey bakey, plant-based meat, food for the fledgling vegans to eat. A different poison on a different plate, while the shops make profit at a higher rate. Plant-based burgers that seem to bleed, a new agenda for corporate greed. Don't eat that plant-based meat, it's fucking disgusting. If you believe it's healthy, you're obviously very trusting. The Westminster psychopaths once again have turned their back on the needy, while stuffing their faces in Parliament because they are much, much more than just greedy. They give themselves a pay rise because it's just what they need. It takes a special person to have that special sort of greed. Monty Python summed them up with a character, Mr. Creosote. They stuff their faces all day long until their bellies start to bloat. They don't even give a toss when children starve. In fact, they probably gloat. But there is a way to put this right, an end to the government's greedy shite. The government do not care for us and think they are being shrewd. Thinking that they have fooled us all, they are extremely fucking rude. Resource-based economy is the way of the future. An old new way that's more effective than a suture. Don't be fooled, grow your food. In the ground, life renewed. Plant a seed, watch it grow, and before long you'll have food. Without adding to the bank balance of the extremely fucking rude. One love, grow your own everything.